Biological warfare, a heinous yet interesting act of humanity that ignores human morality. The act of involving sickness, diseases, and known biological toxins to wage war. It is used as an attack, such as mustard gas and nerve agents. Many countries would participate in biological weapons, but it became illegal to be used in wars. The countries that don't join in biological warfare aren't as advanced as others. Many after effects can be people or animals sick from deadly or torturing diseases. Biological warfare is considered a form of catastrophic class weapon and a weapon of mass destruction that poses threats to civilians' daily lives.
There is much history behind biological warfare. The first record happened between 1500s and 1200 BCE when the Assyrian army poisoned enemy well, a fungus. This contaminated us. Another record of biological warfare was in 1710 when an army of Russians fighting a Swedish force hurled corpse infected with paint over the city wall. Then in 1763, British troops were attacking the indigenous people who were fighting the British. They passed blankets infected with the smallpox virus to the Indians, causing an epidemic disaster to them.
The ironic but unironic thing to some is that biological warfare is still being tested and developed despite being banned many years ago. Countries such as the US, Russia, China, Libya, Iraq, Iran, and North Korea are still investing a huge amount of their capital to keep researching these types of weapons. This technology allows researchers to edit genomes, which means it also modifies DNA sequences and their functions. Therefore, this future technology has pros and cons. Pros are that it can be used to correct the genetic defects of diseases. But the cons are that countries could use this in wars. For instance, a country might use this technology to modify diseases in a bad way and pesticide bugs, which could spread epidemics and wild crops in another country, creating famines. There's still a lot of bioterrorism weapons that are still kept secret by superpower countries, such as the ones I gave earlier. The only thing we can do about it is just hope. Hope is sometimes all we can do. Our society is a puppet theater.
There's still not much known on the subject of these chemical weapons, and they raise the question, can biological tools be used for good? Do we have any control over it? How can these weapons affect the future of humanity if they are being misused? How fast can we all disappear? The answer is as fast as someone pressing a button. New biological weapons will continue to be made, and each time it'll be more horrific and worse than the one before. Unfortunately, there's only so much we can do.
There is an advanced method that exists in the modern day and is still being upgraded. The method is called CRISPR, which allows genomes to be edited, meaning that it's also able to modify DNA sequences and functions. Therefore, there are pros and cons to it. The pro is that it can detect defects and correct disease, but the con is that countries can use this to modify diseases and pesticides and then spread them to another country, which will wipe out crops. We don't have control over it, but the government does. The only thing we can do is just hope and wait.